What we're doing, because we already kind of did that too in the last thought disproving class, we're doing disidentification with the ego identities we have created around trauma, around who we think we are, around anything, basically. And anything that's not recognizing that we are consciousness, awareness, and presence is usually an ego identity that has helped us survive up until now. But then it gets in the way. It's not sustainable in the long run. It usually helped us survive our childhood, but in an extremely limiting way. Like we had to limit who we were to adopt those identities. And then later on, they can become detrimental. So we want to start peeling off the ones that are causing issues. And we don't want to peel off the ones that we still need right now. We want to be careful about this. You know, I've seen a lot of people do this in a reckless way, where it's just like, just go all in. Just because I'm someone who might want to go all in does not mean I should assume anybody else wants to do that. We need to do this in a safe way. So if there's certain things that you need to hang on to, just be aware of that, and then don't work on those ones in the experiential session. What I've added to that flow chart on the top box is identity beliefs. Beliefs we have about our identity. That is not on the old version. And so that's where we want to start questioning. We're questioning thoughts and beliefs, but we want to start questioning specifically the thoughts and beliefs we have about our identity. Because if I believe I'm a bad person, I can disprove thoughts all day long, but I'm not getting to the root of the problem. You know, I can disprove that I'm bad because of this, but then I'm going to still think I'm bad because of that. And I could disprove 1,000 thoughts I'm bad because of all these reasons, or I can disprove I am bad. You see? And when I do that, they all go. So if we think of this like a tree, okay, when we disprove thoughts, we're just clipping the branches. Okay, branches are, I'm not good enough at, you know, dancing, and I'm not good enough at sports, and I'm not good enough. So I can keep clipping and clipping, but this tree is going to keep growing. Maybe the sports thing is gone, but it keeps growing all the other things I'm not good enough. And then later the sports thing will come back too, you know? So if I'm not vigilant about my thoughts, because what this is doing is it keeps, the root keeps producing more thoughts. And so I can keep disidentifying and all that stuff. So there's some people who can do that, and they can have thoughts and they just know it's all false. So he's able to do that. But those of us who have to keep trying to do, you want to do that the rest of your life? Or let's cut the root of this tree, which is that belief even true? Is that identity? So I'm not good at sports and I'm not good at dancing is very different than I'm just not good. That's who I am. That's an identity belief, a belief I have about who I am, about my identity. We need to question and disprove this. So that's why it's really important. What do I think I need, and what do I actually need in this moment? So then there could be deeper identity stuff around this, that because I'm not allowed to express feelings, this means this about me. You know, I'm not allowed to express feelings other than happiness, but I do have these other feelings and I'm aware of them. So something must be wrong with me. And if something must be wrong with me, I don't want to feel all the shame that arises from that all the time. And so when I suppress these emotions with food, I am able to get some temporary relief from that. But to cut this, you know, identity belief at the root, we want to question that identity, if that is the identity for you, underneath all of that. And then we want to, that's the long-term resolution, but clipping the branches of believing thoughts along the way, you know, disproving those thoughts, it's going to reduce the magnitude of the problem so that you can get more space with which to observe it and witness it and see it. And when it becomes more manageable, we can start going into identity stuff with that. Does that make sense? Yeah. And just listen to this recording again. That was really deep. Okay, like that's the path. Okay, but you probably want to write down the steps that I said, and maybe even draw a tree and, you know, put where the beliefs are and the branches. One of the main identity beliefs could be I am what my parents told me I was, or I am what my parents treated me how I was. Because anything before the age of 8 that we hear, we usually internalize it and think we're the problem. It's because of us. We don't have perspective yet. What are the payoffs for keeping identity beliefs? Some maybe I don't want to have to feel through the pain that can arise for me when I let go of an identity belief. I have attachment because this, and this. If I have this sort of persona, this makes my life easier in these situations. If I have this kind of identity, I show up more confident. If I have this sort of identity, I can get my needs for connection met easier because I respond to people in a particular way. But as I let go of these identity beliefs over time, I'm going to be responding in a much more organic way that is not intellectual or originating as an agenda from the mind to get something from the material world or to show up in a certain way, to be thought of in a certain way. It's just going to be authentic, like completely authentic. But in order to get there, we have to be willing to feel through all the emotions that we've been protecting ourselves from feeling by having these identity beliefs. And a lot of them, they originated from when we were young. So we weren't aware when we first took these on. We literally just thought that's how it was, that's who we are. And that doesn't work for us after a while. So we need to go and actively disprove them. Try to find the limiting belief with that. And that makes me feel like I am this, I'm somebody, not even I don't deserve, it's I'm somebody who, maybe you said it that way, I'm somebody who doesn't deserve to be respected. And just pick one, not respected and listened to, just make it, just the more specific we are, the more manageable it is. Otherwise, two strands are going to be together on this. I don't deserve to be respected and listened to. And then more is going to be pulled up. So just pick one, even if both are true with this situation. I was just thinking, I think just yesterday, that I'm so glad this is what I made my life about. I can't think of anything more important than this work, because it allows you to have a perspective for anything that happens in life. And so if it resonates for you and you feel it's worth the work, yeah, I mean, what you can get from this work is extraordinary. People spend their whole lives doing this work, because they see the value in what they can, not what they can get, because that's still, I'm trying to manipulate to get something, but to know who I am, then I'm going to be free of any trauma if I know who I am, the real me.